Hello and welcome to all you Scorpios. This is the first monthly horoscope of 2021 for the month of January for Scorpio. When you have a Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun sign, Scorpio moon. And these are precise, concise, short videos. Take what resonates because these are general horoscopes, right? Let's get started. I want to talk about your ruler, your ancient ruler Mars. With Uranus, with Lilith. I want to talk about Venus and I want to talk about the Mercury retrograde at the very end of the month. But let's start with the most important stuff, which is definitely on the 7th of the month. Mars enters finally after being 6 months in Aries. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. It enters your 7th house of Taurus, which means your opposite house, which means the house of relationships, the house of business partnership. And what does it mean? Now, this Mars here, it means liveliness. So your connections with other people, they're going to be a bit more alive there, single or not. You're going to attract more martial people. What is martial people? They know, they are, at its best, they are assertive. So not too arrogant, hopefully, but they are assertive. They know what they want. They're gonna say what they stand for. That is martial people, people who are very active and want to go forwards in life. So you're gonna attract that. If you're single, for instance, you're gonna attract more that male energy, whether you are a female or a male, doesn't matter. But that kind of active energy, which is not good or bad. It is what it is. And but this Mars is really significant because it's gonna conjoin with Uranus and Lilith around the 20th of the month, and that is like a bit of a lightning going on there. So what could it mean? It could mean definitely when it comes to relationships, there could be happening some sort of a unexpected event that maybe when you are single you get to meet someone and it's so very, very exciting, and it feels very free, right? Because that's the energy of Lilith and of Uranus and of Mars. It's a person that reflects like a mirror, the need for liberty, the need for individuality, but also the need for commitment because it's your 7th house and it's in Taurus. Now, what I really do like of this energy, Mars being in an earth sign, it's also that Venus is in an earth sign at the same time. So in your 3rd house of Capricorn. So definitely passion here. And when you are single, this is very good energy to meet someone because Venus in the 3rd shows that you're going to think, it's a thinking house. You're going to think about love a lot in a serious way, Capricorn. And this Venus energy in your 3rd house trines in an easy way all that energy in your 7th house. So definitely for those of you who are looking for love, there could be all of a sudden out of the blue someone who really catches your eye and where you have a lot of fun with, but also a lot of communication with. And but they are very, as I described, they're very much about their individuality, and that reflects you as well. So when you are in a relationship, this energy could, although this is still good energy because of the trine of those both earth planets in the Venus and the Mars, so it's definitely not bad energy, but it could mean that your partner is really standing up for themselves in a certain way, and that could have been because maybe they haven't done that in the past. Now all of a sudden you see them doing this, or maybe it's because they have to be a bit selfish more towards you for whatever reason, so that you don't walk all over them. Because remember, Scorpio is a very strong sign. It's very strong-minded, and sometimes in a relationship you definitely need someone who can deal with that, but who can also say when it's too much, they can say, hey, I'm here and I also have my needs. So you could be having a bit of that energy coming your way. So when now you are forewarned, right? Forewarned and forearmed, or how do they say that? Certainly a lively month for you when it comes to relationships. So it's, but again, as it's beautifully trining with Venus in the 3rd house, I think whatever comes up, that is a bit unexpected there, you can talk about it and you can understand each other. Now, what else is going on? As I said last month, the Jupiter and Saturn entered your 4th house in Aquarius. So that was about the expansion, but also the consolidation of 4th house stuff, which is emotions and which is also literally your home. And so that is going on for the whole year. But what is really interesting is that Mercury is there as well now, and it's going backwards at the end of the month. So Mercury, the planet of communication, is in your 4th house. And at the end of the month, towards the 30th, 31st, it's going backwards. So things, you can reassess things that have to do with emotions, that have to do with family, you know, parents and stuff like that, or even literally your home or your deep emotions. So these things, you could, I see it quite often that it is a time of where you reassess your past, where you reassess where you're coming from. And because you're doing that, whether it is through looking in old albums of, you know, in a nostalgic way, seeing pictures of yourself when you were younger, there is something that is reassessed here and understood better on an emotional level, and by digging a bit deeper here. And you know, you true Scorpios, they always love to dig a bit deeper, right? Could also mean when you're trying to sell or buy a house, it is recommended here to wait after Mercury goes direct again.